Welcome back to the 420 Tarot Lounge. I'm glad to see that everybody is having their best day in the situation that they find themselves. My readings are timeless and for entertainment purposes only. By finding yourself today, our energies have synchronized. So there must be a message here for you. Why don't you pull up a chair, chop up your coffee, roll your joint, and when you're passing that puff, hit the like button. Stick around and see what this message is that we may be deciphering just for you. My name is Friday. They call me Friendly Friday, and I'm happy with that. Let's see what Spirit, Source, God, what messages, or message, I should say, they would like to spell out for us today. So there's two cards here. The first card is the Ten of Wands. Then we have the King of Swords. There's I feel like there is a feeling of triumph, a feeling that nothing's gonna stop us now. There's a feeling of certainty, a feeling of, I don't want to say it, but righteousness that comes with that. It was a very active, a very active battle. Okay. There's the Tower. So it was definitely an ending for somebody. But you see, the Tower, I don't think I've seen a Tower card yet, where the Tower is actually taken off totally at the bottom, like totally blown up. Okay, so there's, I feel like you've been at, or you're just entering, maybe. Let's see what the next card has to say. There's two here. So we have the Nine of Swords. And then we have the Seven of Swords. This battle that you're fighting, it's not, I don't feel like it's all that you think it is. I think there's more to it than what you think. I think that this is a it's a battle of wits. It's a battle of information. It's a battle of, so this one came out first, Two of Wands and the Six of Swords. It's on many fronts. This battle is like physical, mental, spiritual, even. Um, this battle is a pivotal moment, or the end of this battle is a pivotal moment. I can feel that there is underlying energies all around this not only this battle, but also in the masses as a, in the general population. You have avenues. There's avenues that you can take that will help you navigate how you want to show up for this battle. So there's two cards here. So we have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. You have a choice on how you're going to show up in this battle, if you will. So there's a lot of movement, not a movement, a lot of things are being thrown up in the air. It's almost like somebody's whacking a pinata, waiting for the candy to smash out everywhere. Or I don't. We used to play like a little kind of game at parties when we were kids, where you'd have like little, you know, rocket candies and little candies, and you would throw them up in the air and say scrambles, and then all the kids would try and pick up as much candy as they could. Same like pinata idea, I guess. And this is the Fool. Um, with the sun at the bottom. Isn't that okay? So I'm kind of getting that this is how stuff is happening. It's just coming and coming and happening and happening. Surprise, surprise. And you're constantly in a reactive mode. But now you're being presented with another avenue to fight, or to bring forward the arguments that you're hoping will show people that your this particular path, is the right path to take. This feels like a very specific type of message. We have the Fool here, so this is the, I'm going to say, the 420 Tarot Lounge Vibe Tribe energy. If you're a Queen of Swords, or the High Priestess, Truth and Intuition, I feel this very strong here. Look at all the swords. The feeling of I feel like you're being called to take although it looks from the outside, looking in, it looks like it's the path of least resistance. It is actually the path of most resistance, and it's the resistance against everything that's being thrown at you and weeding through it, figuring out what's true, what's only half true, what can be flushed down the toilet. And as your mindset, you've chosen that your mindset, as you go through all of those activities, to discern the truth, to discern who is trustworthy and loyal, you have to put yourself on a path of calm, unbiased. You have to look at everything from a lens of love, a lens of logic. I think that's the path you're being called on here. There is an element of being able to pull people together. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that people are drawn. Let's get a little bit of clarification here. I'm going to use this little mini Rider-Waite. This Ace of Cups here, Spirit Source God. Is this an indication of a new community of love as I'm feeling it? A new community of love for the Ace of Cups. Is that what this is signifying? Am I correct in this? Oh, this is the Ten of Pentacles. So that is a giant affirmative. Affirmative. Okay. So I think I need to maybe take another couple of puffs. So yes, your avenue, it feels like your avenue in this part of the journey is supposed to be to find a level of calm, a level that if a recommendation, say, is being put forward, that the atmosphere to get it started is there. A positive atmosphere. So positive atmosphere is love, is patience, understanding. But it's also truthful. So I think that this is your path, finding your way to get people to understand, or get people to listen, get people to open their eyes, get people to drop the blinders and know when they have been duped. Where am I getting this from? Okay, so let's see what else. So yes, this is definitely a community of like-minded people based on love and community. That's what that's what you're working towards, or that's what you accidentally develop. I think that's what you accidentally develop in your quest here. Okay, so this one doesn't want the moon. So you have the sun and then you have the moon. So I think that this is just a little bit of a things move up and down. People have different ideas on the on values. Some values are more important to than others to some people, and those all have to be taken into account. And I'm getting a feeling of needing a negotiator. I'm getting a feeling of needing a negotiator, a representative. But be wary. Be wary. Okay, somebody that needs to know. I need somebody that knows. Okay. Hmm. Somebody that knows all the ins and outs. Can somebody that can fake that they don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. What do they call that? Fake stupidity or fake illiterate on a topic when maybe they're very well versed. The Chariot. So there's a I feel like it's going to take a lot of feminine energy to uh, to start to move and propel this forward. There's going to need to be a lot of feminine energy. The feminine energy, I think, is going to be a surprise. This is where this comes in. The moon generally means not as it seems. So there's feminine energy coming in, and I think it's going to be masqueraded somehow. It could be, oh boy, okay. So I'm not going to go any farther with that part of it. And there's going to need to be okay, so I'm here, a balancing act is the Two of Pentacles, but this also is like balance family and work, love and balancing. It's not just balancing two things. So I think this is a keeping harmony. Okay, so there's going to be it feels like there's going to need to be a mechanism to keep harmony. Knight of Pentacles, please, Spirit, Source, God, provide clarity, insight, and additional information for this message on this card. Well, what happens is the card doesn't want to leave my hand when I'm shuffling. If it doesn't pop out, it generally doesn't want to leave my hand as I shuffle. So that's the card that I read. So there's one that doesn't want to leave. The Hermit. So there's going to be I feel like you're going to have a how you show up to others is how you see yourself. So when you are talking with somebody and in your mind you have a negative thought about them, whether it's their personality, the way they dress, blah blah blah, whatever, any those just reflect insecurities that you have, or things in your personality that you find offensive in someone else, but you don't even see that you have that trait. So I feel like this is a reminder, not to judge anybody without looking at yourself first. So I think the saying is, those without sin cast the first stone. Okay, so don't be judging anybody. Don't be. The only person that you can judge is your own self. I, I feel like you feel obligated to reflect on your past, like your past experiences, and as you work through them, implement those lessons learned, right from as soon as you've processed it. The When you're processing emotions, experiences, feelings, um, that could be love, fright, joy, excitement, grief. Each one of those, there's a little lesson in there that you can learn, a little something that you can take with you. Um, I think you're being asked to look at all of your life experiences, look at all and what you have learned from them, or what you could have learned from them but now see. Okay, maybe even journal it. Maybe even it helps to write it down. Okay, that's gone a little too far. All right, let's get a little bit more on this one here. So there's you're trying to get a community. I feel like there's an opportunity for you to get a community together. Page of Swords. He's looking for clarity. Like there's this, like that's almost like this Knight of Pentacles. He almost feels like, for lack of a better explanation, besides getting up to the king in this particular situation, there's been nothing past that. And I get the feeling that you're trying to push the envelope to see if you can um, legitimately shatter that glass ceiling. If you know what that means, that's great. Take it as it resonates. Ace of Swords. Okay, so I'm talking to somebody here who at the moment is in the process, in an awakening process. I feel like this video just popped up in your algorithm for whatever reason, and you're meant to see it. And this is a message to let you know that you are or will soon be on your awakening path. Here's your Seven of Pentacles here. You'll soon be on your awakening path. You're going to have to be able to look at everything through a lens of love. By doing this, you will be, everything that you are needing is going to be present. Somehow, some way, it's going to be available. I think there's going to be a little bit of, um, there's going to be a little bit of, I don't want to say deception. There's going to be the energy moving this forward is female energy, but there's a little, it's disguised. Now, I'm not going to say it's disguised with masculine energy because that's not what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing it as being disguised. And this disguise, it's not always there. So this is like a double entity or a double energy. This community is providing an opportunity for learning practical skills, learning learning how to sustain. There's that's why I say it's community. It's like everybody is kind of working together. I mean, that could be a job too. Like that could be like you could work on a farm, um, or be a farmer. What I'm seeing in the story here, but there's you feel like there's something more. Your next chapter or your next move up is in this scenario is the King of Discs, and that after him there is nothing more to. There's not another archetype to level up to. A lot of people would argue that, oh, well, what about the Emperor? What about the Magician? Those energies are energies that you meet along the way. They're not your energies unless they present themselves up front. Or um, there is direct evidence in the read that you are that. So you're the fool. This a pathway, this avenue that you decide to take. It does. This tower moment is a good thing. I'm hearing it's a good thing. It's going to give the mistakes made that caused this tower moment is going to provide the foundations to move forward from the experiences from the experiences of the failures. Okay, so there's a lot coming through. Your and you're choosing a pathway to try and unite people, to try and bring people together for not only resource security but emotional and mental security as well. People that feel secure tend to stay calm, and that's what you need, right? You need people to stay calm. The You're going to be looking at a lot of, like I said, experiences and whatnot in your past. And there's a feeling of you want to break free. I get that song. I want to break free. I think that's Queen. I want to break free, and I won't torture you with my singing voice any further. Um, I feel like you are going to continue to work to find a way to blow past the King of Pentacles status. And I don't mean that in an elitist type energy. I mean it in um, a coming home type energy. I don't know how else to put that. This is why you're going to stay the fool. You're going to stay the fool until I feel like you're making this your hobby. um, I feel like you're in a place in your timeline. You're in a place that is allowing you to slow time down for the outside world while it speeds time up for you. No, speeds time up on the outside world while it slows time down for you. I'm not Speeds time up on the outside world, slows time down for your world. So take that as it resonates. That's exactly how I heard it in my head. And I'm getting that you are going to keep working at your enlightenment. Your enlightenment. You're not done. So, okay. Okay, so I see so the advice here. What's the advice? Let's see. I like these little island time wellness oracle cards. They're generally for or romantic love readings, but I like to use them because there's more than one. It's not necessarily a love meaning for that card. Sometimes some of the little explanations, I guess you call them, at the bottom of the card can be for multiple topics, multiple situations. Is there anything that you would like to clarify for us when it comes to the Fool? The Fool that popped out all by itself before I had an opportunity to lay the deck down with the energy of the Sun. Is there anything that you would like to clarify for us, Spirit Source God? The Dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Wow. Okay. So that's that feels good. I like that. That feels good. Um so your advice while going through all of this is to be lighthearted. Things are going to come to light and you need to adapt, change, and heal. This is it's a nice, I don't know if I'm getting too close. And that was for the advice of the fool. Very nice. So that's the advice for today. That's this is a very specific. I've had a couple of these messages over the last few weeks, and the energy seems to be getting stronger. I'm going to keep reading, and if that's where the reading is taking me, I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to stay with it. It might, even if the reading turns out to be over an hour long, because I'm expecting somebody at my house here in the next 20 minutes or so. So I do have to finish getting myself together, but I felt compelled to do this reading for the visitors to the lounge. And again, thank you. I do appreciate each and every viewer. And as you're passing that puff, give a like and subscribe. The I'm getting a lot of some. There are some that have a little bit like this one has the tower moment. But this tower moment is not a bad thing. This tower moment is what starts the it starts the it's a propulsion. I feel like you don't know what's going on, but you got to pick a path. You got to pick the one that feels like home. You got to pick the one that feels good. And I feel like you're going to be choosing based on the Sun card and this Ace of Cups. You will be choosing the path that is meant for you. And like anything else, you're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to find ways to get the information out there, valid information, valid information. Oh my god, that just echoed in my head like I like in a like a canyon or something. Okay. So that's the message for today. Be lighthearted, okay? And adapt, change, and heal. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.